Not Quite Snow White. Written by Ashley Franklin. Illustrated by Ebony Glenn. For Tameika, it was always the right time and place to dance and sing. Tameika had a hip-rolling happy dance, a swayful sad dance, a stomping mad dance, and a hair-flicking just because she felt fabulous dance. She sang high with the tweeting birds and low with the croaking frogs. She always shared her love of music and movement with an audience, stuffed and unstuffed. Tameika loved the stage. It was her perfect place. She was the star of every show, and she loved every show that she starred in. She had been a cucumber, a space cowgirl, a dinosaur, and, her favorite part, a singing mermaid. On stage, Tameika felt like she could be anything or anyone she wanted to be, but she had never been a princess. Now, she would finally have her chance. Tameika was so excited that she went to both days of auditions for the Snow White musical. On the first day, she arrived super early. She helped friends with their lines, kept count for the dancers, and shooed butterflies from nervous tummies so songs could be sung. After the auditions, Tameika heard some of the other kids whispering, "She can't be Snow White. She's too tall. She's too chubby. And she's too brown." Tameika looked at her legs. They were too long. Maybe the kids were right. A princess shouldn't be taller than her prince, should she? She looked at her belly. Maybe what the kids said was true. She could not remember any chubby princesses. Tameika looked at her skin. She was brown. How could a girl with brown skin play a princess like Snow White? Could those kids be wrong? Maybe she was wrong for wanting to be this princess. Tameika slouched and sucked in her belly. She tried pulling down her sleeves, but there was no getting around being brown. For the first time, she didn't feel like dancing or singing. At dinner, Tameika didn't tap her feet or clang rhythms with her spoon. "Is something wrong?" asked her mom. "The other kids said I'm too tall, too chubby, and too brown. I'm not right for Snow White," said Tameika. "You've got it all wrong," Mom said. "You are tall enough, chubby enough, and brown enough to be a perfect princess." "Besides," said her dad, "Snow White is just pretend. You've always been my real princess. You're just enough of all the right stuff." He kissed her forehead. Tameika smiled. Maybe her parents were onto something. At the auditions the next day, Tameika watched all the other kids get on stage and do their best. It was Tameika's turn at last. She remembered what her parents had said, but her long legs were still a little jittery. She closed her eyes and imagined she was singing and dancing for her favorite audience of friends, stuffed and unstuffed. Then she remembered the joy she felt when performing. Tameika knew she could do it. And she did. She shone like the star she was. She could act, She could dance. She could sing. She loved herself as much as she loved music and movement. Tameika was a perfectly poised princess. When her audition was over, Tameika looked out to smiling faces. Tameika wasn't too much of anything. Maybe she was just enough of all the right stuff. Hey friends, it's me, Miss Olivia. Thank you so much for listening in to Not Quite Snow White. Please support the author and illustrator of this book by purchasing your very own copy. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. Until next time, my name is Miss Olivia. This is Miss Olivia Reads, and I cannot wait for you to join me for another reading adventure very soon. Bye, friends.